All right, folks, here we go, taking a look at Dice Tower news. So we're going to start off with some sad news here. Kazuki Takahashi, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!, has passed away at the age of 60. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is not a game we talk about a lot here in the Dice Tower, but definitely is one of the most influential in the big three of collectible card games.
Yeah, he was young at 60 too.
Well, it says he was snorkeling. They found his body in snorkeling gear, so they're still trying to figure out what happened. Sounds like an accident, though.
Wow. Yeah, very sad.
All right, so this next game here is called Recto Verso, which just is a weird name. Now, this is a reprint of what's the game again?
La Boca.
Now, I have mixed feelings because one, Super Meeple's involved in this, and Super Meeple's reprints of games are amazing. Their reprints of Tikal and Tikal, Mexica, and Java are just fantastic.
Cusco now called Cusco. Yeah. No, they do fantastic componentry. That's a word.
Right. So this cover looks great. La Boca, though, is a game I don't particularly like. It's basically a game in which you are picking up building pieces and putting them on a board, but you have to do it with somebody else. So like me and Z are both holding a stick with a hook on it, or sometimes we're both using our heads together. And I don't know why this one didn't tickle my fancy. It's just a big, silly game. But I don't know. There's something about the team nature of it which just I wasn't interested in. Have you ever played it, Z?
No, that doesn't sound familiar at all. I mean, I've seen that cover, La Boca cover. I did not realize it was like a silly game.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It's like the silly thing where you're picking stuff up and also you only see one side of what you're supposed to. So there's multiple sides of this thing and you see it. So you're picking it up and trying to communicate, okay, we need to put it here.
Got it.
Maybe they got rid of the head stuff. So maybe that's better.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. In a cute/creepy cover, we have Cosmoctopus.
That is a really hard title to say. I don't love that title.
Cosmoctopus.
Cosmoctopus, I guess is the way.
Smoctopus.
Cosmoctopus.
Okay. Anyhow, so there's this cute octopus there who's definitely going to kill you, but he's cute.
He's cute. It's like a cute Cthulhu, right? I mean, that's kind of the idea. All these people at the bottom look like Cthulhu cultists, and this cute octopus from the heavens is coming down. He's adorable, but so large he'll probably hurt you without meaning to. Aww.
Right. Now this the thing that will sell this here is the designer is Henry Audubon, who is best known for Parks.
That's right.
In fact, I just talked to him a couple days ago. Very nice person. And he didn't mention his game. Anyway, you're using ink to build sculptures. And, when I read this, it sounds like the Euro game. But it's going to crowdfunding later this year.
I'm interested. I mean, I like his stuff. I've played a few of his games. They tend to be very clean designs, very straightforward. He's got a good mind for design clarity. And so this looks neat. It's a weird looking game, definitely a weird title, but I'm interested and curious. I, for one, welcome our octopus overlords.
Oddly enough, here they say that my type here says that this is going to go to crowdfunding in Cosmoctober.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Are there going to be a lot of puns in this one? Oof.
Continuing on our weird named games, we have Reflecto. That's kind of a cool cover,
Harry Potter game.
That's true. When Z's like, I kill you also, and I'll be like, no, Reflecto. Back to you. This is from Roberto Fraga. I like his stuff. It's from Mandu, from Korea. I like that. I'm always intrigued that the Korean names are the same. That's like Reflecto. It's the same word there in Korea. Anyway, you are guessing your opponent's secret word, gaining letters from pawns on the board, which move in a checkers-like manner. And there's mirrored pieces which let you look at letters in opponent's pawns. That sounds cool, actually. I like two-player word games.
Yeah, it sounds like an abstract but word game. That's really cool, and I love that cover. I think that cover is gorgeous, minimalistic, very beautiful. The whole thing is very intriguing to me. Roberto Fraga, for me, is a bit of a hit-and-miss designer. He's one of the most creative board game designers out there, I think. I think it's easy to agree on that. His stuff is very much outside the box.
He makes a lot of kids' games.
He does make a lot of kids' games, but they tend to be very creative. So, you know, you can always, you know, see one of those games and think, this is incredibly outside the box. I respect this game. You don't necessarily always like it. That's kind of where I fall with him. This sounds good, though. I definitely will check that out. Recto, verso, reflecto.
All right, next we have 1001 Islands. This is a remake of a game called Little Prince Make Me a Planet from Asmodee, a game I liked a lot. But here's the thing. A lot of what I liked about that Make Me a Planet Little Prince was the theming. This theming does nothing for me. In fact, I'm not a big fan of this art at all.
You don't like the art? This is from the artist who does Dixit, you monster.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with saying that. I just don't like this particular style. It also 1001 Islands, I don't know. That font's a little weird too.
Yeah. I like this theme better than the Little Prince. I have no attachment to the
Little Prince is amazing.
No, the Little Prince is very overrated. I would even I don't hesitate. Garbage. It's overrated garbage, I would say. And any child who's read it, I got nothing else. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna offend somebody.
Well, too late for that. All right. Anyway,
no, it's fine. I retract everything I said. I liked that game though. I used to own it, and I do like it. So I'm actually, I'm interested. I like this more than the original thematically, and I know I like the game already. So I'm in.
All right, next we have MISTWIND. This is from Darryl Andrews and Adrian Adamskew. This is from the company First Fish. So they do about, I guess, one game or so a year or two. They crowdfund their games for the most part. You know, this is kind of a cool cover with the whale as a ship, but am I alone in thinking I've seen this before? Between the name and the cover. Like, MISTWIND, first of all, is a very, very, it sounds like 10 other games. Although I do like that font a lot.
Yeah.
The flying ship on the cover, I guess it's a whale, so that's different. I don't know. Maybe I like this. It's going to be...
I like it a lot. I think it's an awesome looking cover. I like the setting. It seems to be fantastic. Well, I like the whales thing being, floating and having, I guess, buildings on their back. It does look like masts on the back of the whale, so it is, I guess, supposed to be just some sort of ship that floats. I agree, MISTWIND isn't the greatest title. I'm sure it's fine. Once you associate it with this, it'll be fine. Right now, in a vacuum, MISTWIND, just generic fantasy enough where it's not sticking. You know what I mean? But again, another great looking game. Another one I'm very interested in. Don't really know too much about it, but.
All right. Next we have, in our confusing name category, Discordia, which has nothing to do with Concordia, or Concordia, I know. This is designed by Bernd Eisenstein, who's probably best known for either Penelope's or Alia Acta Est. Those are probably his two most popular games. And
that one's not his. That second one you said is not his. He just works with the guy whose game that is a lot. They both work on Iron Games a lot.
Well, he's credited as one of the two designers.
Really?
Jeffrey
I thought Jeffrey Allers was the only designer for that. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
No, but I'm looking at the cover. His name is on it. Zee's knowledge of gaming is not. I'm writing this down.
Okay. All right. Calm down. Calm down. Okay. They work together a lot. I know they work together a lot. Their last big game, I can't remember now what it is, from Iron Games, is one I'm a fan of. It's a neat game, though the artwork in that one I think is okay. I forget what it is. This tile laying game of theirs. This game, I'm not loving the theme as much, but that cover is a stunning piece of art. It almost seems like a classic painting.
Well, I'm trying to find this game that you said you might like. It's not. Is it Carthago? I don't think you played that one.
No, you mean from Pandoria. That's the one. Pandoria is their last big box game.
That also is a cool
And the
cover
artwork
too.
on the cover is gorgeous, actually. The artwork on the cover, the artwork on the piece is not as nice. It's okay. This Discordia, I'm super in. I mean, this is just a great news day for me, Tom. That's basically what I'm saying. I'm loving everything I'm seeing here. Discordia
Someone
looks
just pointed out in chat that kid is holding dice. Are they?
He's floating dice, mind you, okay? That kid is straight magic.
All right. Next, we have one word.
Which one?
You have a deck of cards, and you're looking at the hidden side of your cards. Roll the 9 dice into the color fields in the game box. Think of a word that corresponds to the dice sitting on the 3 colors on your card.
Oof.
And people are trying to figure out your 2 hidden colors.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. I might like that.
It's another. It seems very code names, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm willing to try it.
I'm willing.
It's one of those games that
I am also willing to try it.
That's a stunning recommendations from both of us. All right. Before we go farther in the news, it's time for your weekly dose of bacon. All right. Now that we're done with bacon, let's continue. All right. We have a new game in the Disney universe, Disney Villains, the card game. That won't get confused with Villainous at all. This is from Leo Calavini, and it's a redone version of that game you see there on the screen. Hail Duk. Maui.
Mau.
Which sounds like it's a Crazy Eights style thing, which also sounds like it has nothing to do with Disney and villains, but hey, why not sell the game?
There you go.
All right, I cannot pronounce this next game. There's so many vowels here.
Aiolos.
That's a cool cover.
The way I say it is YOLO. That is another cool cover. You are right. There's a lot of gorgeous art. Man, I'm telling you. I mean, anyone who says that, games now look the same way they did 20 years ago is just blind. And I'm sorry. There's a lot of stunning covers we've looked at back to back to back to back. Gorgeous stuff.
This is, you are trying to build settlements in 7 harbors, construct ships, collect sacred crystals, and use the favor of the gods, which really sounds like that Stefan Feld racing game. What's that one called? But it sounds exactly like it theme-wise. So.
I don't remember what it is, but yes, I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, cool-looking game coming out at Essen this year.
Sweet.
Then we have Virtu.
Virtu.
All right. This is another one from Super Meeple. This is coming out next month, actually, straight to retail. And you are taking the role of a prince attempting to govern a city as it exits the Middle Ages, which means you're still in the Middle Ages, so whatever. You're employing the art of governance. It uses an original rondel mechanic that lays out technical options as a wheel of cards. That's interesting, though, actually.
Yeah,
a rondel with cards. I like that.
The part I'm a little concerned about is when we get to the back here to the bottom is Virtu is a game for 2 to 5 players. Plays in 60 to 150 minutes and retails for $69.99, so $70. For some reason, the description sounds like a smaller game, right? When you read run, delve cards, do some things. It's a big game. This is, there's a lot happening here, it sounds like. And it's the price seems to be there to match, and it's going to be a fairly long game, a couple of hours, 2.5 hours. So I don't know. This one I'm not as excited about this week. All the other ones we've seen just about, except Mau Mau, I am more excited about.
This I'm a little interested in this one. We'll have to see. I like the idea of the card rondel. By the way, the other game we were thinking of from Stefan Feltz, someone said in chat, is Oracle of Delphi.
Yes, Oracle of Delphi. That's it.
All right, the next game is Sabika, which is made by the same person who made Bitoku. And this is a multi-rondel game. You want one rondel? Nah, fool. You're getting multiple rondels. And it's something about being in Spain. There's 3 rondels. One for the construction of the Alhambra and its gardens, one for carving poems on its walls, and one for creating trade routes.
I can't wait for the expansion with more rondels. 3 is really not enough.
I know. 3. All right. So Pandasaurus comes as close to copyright infringement as I've ever seen in a game with Nacho Pile. That's pretty close, man.
That is very, very close. That's the that retro look is real close.
And then the other game they have is Wild Style. Now, don't get me wrong. The idea of Nacho Pile, I'm certainly interested in. You're just pulling chips. It sounds like a push your luck game. So you pull chips out of a bag, but if you get 2 that are the same, you lose everything you pulled out of the bag. It's made by the same guy who made Happy Salmon and Pass the Pigs.
And then Pass the Pigs? No, Pass the Pandas. Pass the Pigs is like a classic game. Man.
You're right.
Yeah, that guy is like 112 if that's the same person.
In Wild Style, you are racing around to tag parts of town to claim them. As you do this very, very illegal activity that for some reason is cool.
I do like the look of that box, though. That's a very, very neat box.
Pandasaurus knows how to make their games look good for sure.
Yeah, very cool. All right.
All right, Puerto Rico 1897 is a new version of Puerto Rico from Aaliyah. Jason Perez helped work on this. This is as far as I can tell, the actual gameplay is pretty much identical. There might be some minor changes. They just changed the year to where Puerto Rico became independent. So the arguments over the people being slaves in the game, this basically that's not even a thing in this game because Puerto Rico is independent.
Yeah, it kind of shifted the focus. It sort of shifts the focus of who the players represent in the game to the people in the game, where now you would represent farmers in Puerto Rico, farming, gathering those goods, selling those goods, that sort of thing, hiring extra workers to help you out in your fields, that sort of thing. So yeah, it shifts the setting really from not geographically, but chronologically to this year and the sort of POV of the game.
Well, unfortunately, we're continuing on our weird name games because now we have Clever Forever. This is the 4th version of That's Pretty Clever. There was Twice as Clever, then Clever Cubed. Clever Forever is better than Clever Cubed, by the way.
Title-wise, I agree. Yeah.
But also, I got to be honest, I am not as excited about this because I played the other 3, and while they're all good games, it feels like they could just give you a new rule sheet.
It's just a new pad, Alma. Just give me the pad. Right. Sell me an alternate pad.
They just score in different ways. It seems, I don't know, whatever. Everyone likes Wolfgang Warsch, so more money for him. Then we have Ticket to Ride Ghost Train. This is coming from Days of Wonder. This is a kids version of the game. Now, they've already made a Ticket to Ride Kids a long time ago. I'm not sure how different this is, but it's a cute cover. I think kids are going to like it, so why not? I'm happy about this.
Seems like a fun Halloween one, right?
But anyway, kids, yay for kids. Let's talk about what we're really interested in here.
Yes.
Heat, pedal to the metal.
That's right. Keep the gaming among the grown-ups in the room.
No, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited about this because this is the first big box game from Days of Wonder since Deep Blue. It's been a long time since they've done something that wasn't Ticket to Ride, or I don't remember the last time they've done. It feels like Days of Wonder hasn't done much lately.
Yeah, and this is a new, again, big box with a really neat theme. I love racing games. They do not make very many of those, especially the approachable ones, I guess, right? The designers are exciting. I love the look of that spread on the table. Yeah, and I would be remiss, and I'm sure Mike would just slap me upside the head if I didn't mention that this has Vincent Dutrait artwork. All over.
That's true. Yeah, so these designers have done Flamme Rouge. That's what they're best known for. But also, and Deep Blue, incidentally, which was I did not think much of Deep Blue. But they did Copenhagen, Flamme Rouge, 13 Days, the Cuban Missile Crisis. And this looks like a fun, simple racing game. And honestly, racing games usually fall into one of those two categories. They're fun and simple, or they're overly complex and involved, which doesn't mean they're bad. But I tend to want to play the fun, simple ones.
Yeah. When they get too deep into simulation, they start to lose me. So this looks fantastic.
All right, and our last piece of news here is from Simon. The Boys expansion is coming for Zombicide board games. So if you want, Zombicide's pretty bloody, but I'm pretty sure the Boys can find a way to make it worse.
No kidding. This one I did not see coming at all. I spotted this yesterday, actually, while this document was being browsed in front of me, and I was like, wait, what? The Boys, characters from the... And it's from the comic, but they also are, I'm assuming, kind of from the TV show. There's, like, the look of these is a little closer to the TV show, right? The people?
They did it pretty... they're pretty much the same characters. I mean, the plots and things are different, but the characters are the same. These are the 7 here, right? So, yeah, this is kind of the same. And I guess there's also you're going to be able to get the Boys themselves. So this is the 7 they're showing here on the cover, but there's also the Boys, and they're going to be adding in super abominations, including Homelander as an abomination.
Okay. Yeah, that's neat. It's a neat crossover.
All righty, folks. Well, that is the news.